Hello, this episode is all about growing your own garlic from the free stuff that you can find around your house in a raised garden bed. It might seem like I'm working backwards to tell this story because I'm going to be starting with storage, because that is what we are doing now. We are storing our garlic. This episode I'm going to be talking about all the stages of growing garlic. So from there I will work back to harvest, and then I will switch to soil preparation, planting, and then maintenance. If you store garlic well in a cool, dry space out of sunlight, you can almost keep it for the better part of a year. The best part is if you grow enough, you can plant last year's garlic the following year. I don't want to overcomplicate it though. This year I'm storing my garlic by hanging it over the back of the kitchen door. It's not a very big crop. The year before that I had a huge crop, and I put it here in this space under this pergola on a table, and I got incredibly busy, and there it stayed for a year, and I'd run out and cut some garlic and use it throughout the year, and I'd occasionally turn it over to see if it was still okay, and it survived. However, this is a dry climate, and some people do recommend drying your garlic in the sunshine for a couple of days before you bring it in and braid it and hang it inside. You can tell a garlic plant is ready to harvest when the outer leaves start dying off. It's a hot season. We had one of the hottest Septembers on record, and I think they're ready to go. They're not huge, and it's not going to be a fantastic harvest. The next step with the garlic is to take these ends off and hang it somewhere in a spot that it can air dry. One of the best things about growing your own vegetables is that you eat it all. This nice biggish style one will get eaten. I would eat this as well. And so if you think about it, nothing goes to waste. This would never make it anywhere in a commercial environment.
So here's the plan. I'm starting with an empty bed with just a little bit of soil from last year at the bottom, and then just layering it with pinot leaves or autumn leaves, green leaves, cleaning out of the chook pen.
Mr. Pinot, responsible for much of the body of my compost. I find it's best if you're building a raised bed out of a lot of different organic matter. Fill it up slowly over the weeks so that it has time to compact down a little bit. If you build it too fast, then it sinks quite low in the bed. Oh, it's not the worst thing in the world, but it's just not as pretty. I'm going to rake up all these leaves. I'm going to do some clippings of some greens to add to the mix. Some compost from the compost bin. Got the compost on the leaves. It's weighed them down a bit. The compost is quite unbroken down, had some big sticks in it. I've pulled most of that out because the thing that garlic likes is lovely soft soil to grow in. I'm going to be putting some softer soil on top. I think you might have found something in there. What have you found, Harry?
This is what I'm going to be growing the garlic in. And this is pretty good stuff, nice and friable and well drained. I'm growing last year's garlic, the same garlic that I've been cooking with. I try to pick the fatter ones because they'll have more energy for the plant going forward. Rough flat end down, little pointy bit up. Water in, and then don't water again until they start sprouting.
Really, once you've got the plant in the ground, if you can protect the plant from trampling and keep the weed level down, they're very low fuss, which is good because they take 6 to 8 months in the ground. That's a long time to look after a plant. Luckily, they're fairly low fuss, but it's still a long time to have your ground tied up.
Yesterday, chickens got into the garlic, dug it all up. I did my best to just replant it. They've really torn it up though. I don't know what the crop's going to look like, but fingers crossed it comes out okay. I'm going to cover it up with wire. I still want the chickens around the backyard for another few weeks because I'm trying to grow a bit of grass for them out the front. So yeah, I just got to live with them at the moment. Get off. Go on. Good God. What a disaster. This is the garlic a couple of months later. Survived quite a few mishaps, including chicken. It's good to tackle weeds when you find them, rather than let them grow into monsters that when you pick them, churn up the soil, especially for garlic, which requires no competition.
So that is the whole cycle of garlic, from making the bed all the way through to harvest and storage. As you can see, I met with a few mishaps along the way, but I still got some garlic out of it. And the whole process was done with the only cost being my labour. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next. Bye.